Hey, morning, guys. Hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now. With everything around us, it's just every day. As I wake up, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm just in another world, or I'm in the Matrix, Twilight Zone, or something like that. It's just crazy. I tune in to YouTube. Um, just to hear what's going on, as well as giving my input on a lot of different things. It's just a hobby for me. It's something I like to do. It's an outlet for me, you know. But on another note, I want to talk about a situation recently with Miss Jasmine Crockett that happened in Texas. Even though I'm in Nevada, I hail originally from California. And I've only been in Nevada for like 8.5 years. But what I can tell you, there was some talk going around that Jasmine, in the Democratic Party, how they really rallied around for Latinos and, really, you know, just going hard for the Latinos because of the climate that they're in as well, with the immigration and the ICE, and how ICE is doing some terrible things to them. I don't want to see nobody be treated like that and be treated inhumanely. But what I want to touch base on and put my 2 cents in about that situation is um, Jasmine Crockett absolutely deserved the Latino vote. And I'm not saying that just because I'm not going on no African American FBA and African American thing. No, I'm going on a humanity thing. Like I say on my platform, I just speak, whatever on my mind at the time. Whatever I think is a good topic, whatever I think is a relative topic to the situation and the environment that we're in. I can honestly say, from my point of view, that there will absolutely never be a black and brown coalition or black and brown uniting, because it never has been. And I want to be fair. And I'm not saying that this group is racist against black, but hey, like I said, I come from California. I've dealt with the racism and the Latinos and how they are with the jobs and not all. I can't say all, because I come from an era, I'm Gen X. So back in the day, we did get, there was a little bit of unity back then. It wasn't so divided with the black and brown. I don't think that came a thing until like the mid 80s, the late, the early 90s, where the Latino community were getting numbers. Their communities were getting more numbers because of the influx coming from Mexico and other countries. They started to build up in California and pretty much get their own, build it up their own communities. However, in them building up the communities, they that's when you got to see more of the racism, of the alienating black people, of the not wanting black people in their spaces. So I'm not speaking just on, willy-nilly random. I'm speaking on what I've experienced and what I've seen coming up. And now, even in this day and age, you got all these other people out here, stomping for them and fighting for them, and, because they're being treated so unfairly. But then when a black woman gets up there, there's a no-show. So yeah, actions speak louder than words. And that's what I'm going to say on that. I think Miss Crockett, like I said, she's a senator from Texas, but she speaks for her state. But however, she does speak, for everybody. That's why I don't understand. They were stumping so hard for this group of people. Maybe try stumping that hard for your own people next time. I don't know. But that's just my thoughts on it. You guys are willing, you are, you can drop a comment, drop a little chit chat. If you want to give your feedback on it, I do appreciate it. However, I do not allow trolling on my page or my platform. Drop a like if you like the video. Doesn't cost anything. And if you like my PSAs/videos, do subscribe to the channel. Other than that, you guys know what it is. Peace.